What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of A Therapeutic Edge. I've been tagged in a Made in America video, and I got tagged by Geared Toward Gear. Geared Toward Gear runs an excellent channel. He is a super nice guy, and tagging me was a real kindness. He has 1,000 or more subscribers. He's got a great presence on Instagram, a great presence on Facebook. I'm just this little channel over here doing stuff on knives because I like it. But he seems to like what I'm doing, and he was nice enough to bring me into the fold, as it were, and I really appreciate it. If you haven't checked out his stuff yet, I really recommend it. So anyway, as I said, the tag is Made in America, and knives that are made in America that we really like. And so on the table in front of us today are a selection of my favorites. We're going to go over them a little bit in no particular order. We're going to go ahead and start with the the Buck Marksman. So I picked this up not that long ago, and I did a review on it, and the review was okay. It wasn't stellar. This is Buck really stretching themselves, and I appreciate that. It is 154 cm steel. It is running on bearings. It is smooth as glass, and it's got this G&G Hawk lock system in the back, which is sort of unique to the knife. The aluminum scales are comfortable. The reason I wasn't in love with it, but I do really like it, is because it's kind of expensive if you buy it new. They want a little over $100 for this, and in today's market, that is a lot of money for a knife that's just not quite perfect. They could have spent a little more time, and things like the lock bar, honestly, it just feels kind of cheap. And the final grind here at the plunge is not so accurate, which is a bit of a problem for those of us that like to actually sharpen our knives. But ignoring that, which I will do, this is just a really fun, easy to carry, and good knife. I hope Buck learns from this and continues to do things that are a little outside their normal wheelhouse. Let's see. Let's do a Benchmade. This is the Benchmade Violator. It is S30V, and a big chunk of it. It has a hidden pivot. It is assisted. It's got their access lock. It's even got a locking mechanism so that it won't pop open on you. These are aluminum scales. You will notice as I go through my knives that I love aluminum scales, and these are milled and shaped in a way that is really comfortable in hand. I think this is probably one of my all-time favorite knives. You can get your thumb in here and really dig in. It is easy to use for light everyday use. It is designed for harder use should you need that. I love this thing. Let's see. What's next? Ooh, Doug Ritter Hogue. So Hogue popped on the knife making market, I don't know, a couple of years ago now, and really jumped in the right way. They make excellent knives, and this is an example of that. Basically, this is the best griptilian you'll ever own. And I say that with another Benchmade on the table. When I got this, I parted ways with all of my other griptilians. Because this does everything that those were going to do, only it does it better. The G10 is comfortable. It's got patterning on it that allows for really good grip. The action is just oiled glass. And that M390 blade with all that belly, this is just a worker and a cutter, and I love it. And again, it is made right here in the good old US of A. What's next? Spyderco, you say? All right. So this is the Mannix 2. This is a sprint run. This is in that particular Spyderco carbon fiber, which has got a fair amount of texture to it. This is the CPM 154 and S90V Sanmai blade. Now, a lot of people have this knife, and under normal circumstances it'd be very expensive, but I got this through a friend of mine, and it's a blem. There's a mar on the blade and a mar under here in the choil, and that means that what I have in front of me is just a really good user. I take this thing with me everywhere I go. I carry it a lot. I do not worry about it getting scratched up or additionally damaged because it was imperfect when I got it. But it was only imperfect in a couple of spots. The action on this is spectacular, and I love the Mannix. In fact, I don't own any other Spydercos except the Mannix Lightweight, the Mannix XL, and this one, because this particular shape and style just fits my hand perfectly. That leaf blade is ideal for just general everyday use. I love this thing. Let's see. What's next? Oh no, we're going to do that last. Next on the list, this is the Kershaw Knockout. Now, this is a great knife in its stock form. The 14C28 end blade is great stainless steel. However, there's a sprint run out there with an M390 blade, and so I got one of those and swapped the blades. And I did that because the sprint run comes in blue, and I have a very powerful feeling that knives could be any color that anyone would like as long as those knives are gray or black or silver. That's just me. So I didn't like the blue, although they were very nice, the blue scales, so I swapped it into the stock black scales that Kershaw makes, and I am super happy. This is a lightweight, good knife for shorts. The assist isn't so powerful that you can't play with it one-handed. It flips it flips open with purpose. It's got this beautiful swedge across the top and all that belly for everything you're going to want to do. I use this knife for kitchen stuff when I'm camping. I use it for daily stuff when I'm carrying it. I grab it in when I need a knife, basically. I added a deep carry clip that works beautifully. I got that from MXG. This is just one of my favorite knives. Now, you want to do the Medford? Yeah, because that's what's left. Let's do that. I got this at Blade Show, and oh, no, we can't have that. Let's try again. I didn't want a Medford. I never really enjoyed the Praetorian. It's a great knife, but it wasn't for me. I'd seen the other knives on various other channels. However, when I got to Blade Show and got this infraction in my hands, I knew I was in a ton of trouble. And so I bought one. And I got to tell you that I love this thing a lot. Size-wise, it is perfect. It is a great EDC weight and size for me. I like slightly heavier knives. It rides the pocket exceptionally well. Medford did a great job on that pocket clip. You know, this is a really expensive knife, and I have a couple of other expensive knives that spend more time in my knife display than they do in my pocket, but this thing is such a tank that I carry it all the time. I don't seem to mind if I scratch it or scratch it or scuff it because it's built for it. Now, whatever your feelings about Medford and his feelings about the world, he and his company make really, really good knives. And in fact, at Blade Show, his staff were so kind and so thoughtful. They are the reason that I bought this primarily. It is just an excellent knife. Now, this is a tag video, and most people are tagging 2 people, but I'm really new at this, and it turns out that everyone I know has already been tagged except one person. So I'm going to tag Neeves Knives. He runs a great channel. He's got good knives. So Neeves Knives, if you're listening, go ahead and run a video of all of your favorite American-made gear and knives. It doesn't have to just be knives, but it can be. Let us know what you think. And now, for those of you that have watched this video to the end, feel free in the comments to list your favorite American knives. Don't forget to like and maybe subscribe. And if you've got friends that are looking for a knife channel that does concise overviews and presentations of a wide variety of knives, I hope that I can be that channel for you guys. I love doing this, and I'd like to do more of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Once again, Geared Towards Gear, thank you so much for the tag. I'll see you next time.